Hi, my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Opportunity Marketing and Checklists. So, today, if you are here with me live, drop those questions in the chat as we go through class, and I'll try to get them answered for you in real time. Or if not, I'll stay a couple of minutes after to get those answered for you. If you're watching this back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help you. So, today's topic. It was one of the You Choose Fridays. It is opportunity marketing and checklists. So, we're going to deep dive into those two particular items within opportunities today. So, there are some expectations. I assume that you're already familiar a little bit with opportunities. Um, if you are not, highly recommend checking out our opportunities overview class. It's called Opportunities and Sales Pipeline. We do teach that other class, and it is on our YouTube channel right now where you can go and check that out. But that will give you more of like the overview. So, just to set expectations for today, we're going to deep dive into two different parts of it. And what I hope you will take away from this class is it's going to help you streamline your marketing for your listing opportunities. It'll help organize your transactions and help you actually provide consistent value and service to your clients. And I think you'll see that it's going to save you some time and energy as well. There's a few short cuts and some step saving steps that I'll take here. If I can speak, step saving tips that I'm going to show you today that you'll be able to save some time on. So hopefully you'll get some value out of this for today for sure. So let's go ahead and sign in here to our command. First thing, let's talk about prep work. So, prep work before you launch any marketing in Command is you'll definitely want to make sure that a couple of things are set up the way that you want them to be. We do have tech tip videos to show you how to do this in depth. So, I'm not going to go in detail, just going to show you where they are and touch on them so that you are aware. Okay. So, before you run any marketing in your Command, definitely check your marketing profile first. That can be found by clicking on your name at the top right, choosing settings from the drop down menu, waiting while my browser takes its precious time. And then over on the left hand side, under connect settings, you have your marketing profile. Now, this is one of the profiles here within Command that your information will pull and feed out to your marketing pieces that you run through Command. So you'll just want to make sure, number one, this is targeted, toggled on, and that it's filled out the way that you want it to be. So if you're not familiar with this or you haven't already been set up by our team here at Scott Leroy Marketing, you can find out how to fill this out on our YouTube channel. There's a tech tip video that goes through this in great detail. Okay, so that's number one. Just make sure that you have your marketing set up the way you want it to appear. Right contact number, right email for you, the right website that you want to advertise, and so on. Okay, next, if you want to do any posting to your social media platforms or run any paid ads, you'll also want to get those connected to your command account. Now, I'm going to navigate back to our command homepage or dashboard. I want you to be able to get orientated for where I'm going here. So, you will want to connect your social platforms by going to your name at the top right again and settings. This is where you will connect to be able to do social posts on platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter or X, which currently, right now, you can still do social posts too. So, right here, you will see Facebook where you'll connect for post scheduling and Twitter. You can also do Instagram as well if you would like to do that. But this is where you would connect those accounts in order to run social posts. You'll notice for Ads Manager, if you want to do any paid ads, which we'll touch on a little bit today, you can do that right here by clicking this paid ad settings link. It has moved. You can no longer connect it from right here under settings, but it gives you a link to take you right where you need to go. That link actually takes you back over here to your campaigns tab, and I'll show you how to do it that way. So we'll just go to campaigns. In case you don't want to use that little shortcut, you can go to your campaigns tab. And then there will be a paid ad quick start right here under your links. And you can give that a click. It will bring you back to the section of where you handle your paid ads, and you can connect your Facebook account back here. Now, you can run paid ads not on just Facebook, you can also run them on Instagram, Google, and also TikTok. The beautiful part about that is you do not have to have a TikTok account and you do not have to link a specific Google account in order to run these paid ads. That's actually launched in a little bit of a different way, so you don't have to connect your individual accounts. You would just want your Facebook account to be linked for your paid ads, and make sure your Instagram account is linked to your Facebook account within Facebook or Meta within itself. We again have videos on all of that, guys. If you're not super familiar with how to do any of that, definitely check those out. We walk you step by step on how to do it. I just want you to be familiar with where to go and to make sure that that's done first before you jump into any marketing, specifically what we're going to do today in our opportunity marketing. When you're back here on these paid campaigns, underneath your assets, Facebook pages, this is where you connect those Facebook accounts. Okay. So you would just simply come here to connect your Facebook business page. All right. So we've gone over where to find your marketing profile and make sure that's filled out. We've also touched on social media accounts and making sure that they are linked to your command. And lastly, the little third thing that you want to make sure is prepped and ready is to adjust your command email settings before you start sending that marketing out in case anybody replies to an email that you've sent out through your opportunity marketing and things like that. So let me show you where to adjust your command email. Over here, we're going to go back to the KW here at the top and navigate back to our command home or command dashboard, just so you are able to navigate from where I'm at and see where we're going. So command email settings are going to be again under your name up the top right and down to your settings page again. Once that opens, you would scroll all the way to the bottom and your command email settings are right here. So, command email, what is it, right? Command uses command email to actually send emails out from your platform. So, you get 5,000 free sends a month, and it will send out from an email that is agent, a bunch of numbers, at mailer.kw.com. While there is not a way to adjust the email it goes out from, you can adjust the email that the replies come back to and the way your name appears. So, right here, you can click Manage, see how many sends you have per month left. Also, increase them if you need to. You can manage your subscription. The first 5,000 are free. If you want to go above that, you would have to subscribe, but it's really, really reasonable. And then down here at the bottom is where you would configure this email. So you can adjust the way the name appears on your email that goes out. Maybe you have a particular name that you go by in your business, or maybe a team name. You can adjust that here just by putting your cursor in that field and editing it. And then the reply to email. If you choose this field, it will show you all the emails associated currently with your KW account. But if you have something else that you want to use, you can always click the pencil at the bottom and actually manually type in that email. Whenever you make any changes here, just remember to click off the field and click Save Changes before you leave. Okay. And then all your replies to any marketing emails that you've sent out through command will go to that email account. Okay. So we're going to close out of there and go back to our command home here. So that's the prep work, guys. Before you do any marketing in your command, just highly recommend checking on those few items first, just so you don't have any uh-ohs or put things in motion and you're not able to find any responses to what you're doing, right? You want to make sure you get those replies. So next, let's talk about marketing in opportunities first. So I'm going to show you something not a lot of people are aware of within opportunities. There is a marketing tab within your listing opportunities. So I'm going to click over here on our opportunities tab, brings us to our opportunities. And I'm going to show you the difference between listing and buyer opportunity just real quick. In case you haven't noticed this, I'm going to click create opportunity. We're not going to have this be on the team. Just a second. Click back on my individual. If you're a team agent and want to create a team opportunity, you can. But for me, I want to make sure we're under the personal account and create an opportunity. And so from here, I'm just going to go through this super quick, guys. Um, Let me use our little fake name guy. There we go. You can type in the name of your contact that you would like. I'm not going to go through how to set up an opportunity because, again, this class is assuming that you're already very familiar with this. We're going to do this as a buy opportunity and create. Okay, so this is here, and I'm just going to open a new tab really quick and create a seller or listing opportunity, I should say. Listing opportunity for a seller. So I'm going to go to my opportunities here on the left. I just opened command in a new tab just to make sure that you're following me here. Just going to break these out side by side so I can show you the difference. There we go. And let me create that listing opportunity real quick. So make it for the same little guy in our contacts, fill in the mandatory fields, and click create. Okay, so here is my buyer opportunity on this tab. I'm going to come over here and open it up, do a split screen really quick for you, just to show. And I actually swap those. So my listing opportunity is on the left now, and my buyer opportunity is on the right. Just want to show you guys that in a buyer opportunity, you do not have the marketing tab within it. I also have a second feature right here where I can link a listing to my listing opportunity as well. So those two particular things are special to listing opportunities, and you will not see those in buyer opportunities. Pretty self-explanatory why you don't technically need to market a buyer, right? So, but you do need to market a listing. So I just wanted to show you that's why we will be working in a listing opportunity today, because those two features are not within your buyer opportunities. Okay. When we go over the second part of our class today, when we're going over checklists, those are available in both opportunity types, listing and buyer. And I'll show you actually how you can personalize checklists in both. Okay. So let me close out our little buyer opportunity guy there, and we'll stick right here with our listing opportunity today to focus on the opportunity marketing. And first thing, let's go ahead and link our listing to this opportunity. The reason why we want to do that is then when we jump into our marketing tab, it actually will help personalize the marketing pieces in there based on the information that you used right here with the listing. So I'm going to go ahead and select listing. If you do not have any listing of your own, or you have not synced your MLS to your command yet, that's okay. You should still be able to find your listing by clicking on show and choose all listings instead of only my listings. Okay. And you can also search by street address and MLS number. Today I'm going to put the MLS number in. Let me grab that really quick. And search KWLS. Now it does pull from all the MLSs, so you may have to search for a second. It just pulled up all the listings that have that MLS number, and my little guy is right here. I like little fun facts about real estate, and while this is not a KW listing, I just thought that this was neat. This is the currently highest price home or estate in Vail, Colorado as of today. So I went ahead and chose that for our listing today. If you do want to check that out, it's a cool 49 mil. We'll go ahead and select this as our listing, and it automatically links that to our command. You'll have that little banner in the bottom right hand corner letting you know that that has been successful. Okay. Now, due to the commissions tab being updated within opportunities recently, we have seen this be a little funky with linking listings to your opportunity itself and then also to offers. So, if you experience any issues like that, you can definitely reach out to us and we can take a look at it for you. Okay. But that should allow you to go ahead and link that or that link that listing to that opportunity. And now we can jump in to our marketing tab right here. So when we go to our marketing tab, I want to give you some general orientation about this, show you how to navigate it, and then I'm going to show you how it's going to change as you move your opportunity through your sales pipeline. It will update automatically. So right here, you'll see your blue ribbon. You may see that come up within your opportunity, letting you know that the recommended designs down here at the bottom actually change with the opportunity phase that you have it in. It's just what I shared just now. When we move this opportunity through the sales pipeline, you will begin seeing the designs that are suggested for you change and be more pertinent to whichever phase that we're currently in. Also, the little red bar. Social ad recommendations are a way while we move them to AI powered experience. So eventually, once this gets revamped, you will also have some paid ad suggestions that will actually be in line, we believe, with also the design suggestions that it's giving you. So, not just for social posts, but also for your social paid ads. You should start seeing some updated recommendations here for that as well. Until that's done, though, they still have the create a paid ad campaign button right here for you within your opportunity. So you don't have to come over here and have to navigate through your campaigns tab to get there. Let me show you. I showed you earlier how to get back to your paid ads. Just by clicking this paid ad campaign button right here within your marketing tab, you'll see how it literally takes you straight back and saves you a couple of steps. It just takes my computer just an extra second. Sorry. There we go. So it literally brings you right in here to creating the ad already. Now it does automatically select the single image listing ad. If for some reason you don't want to do that particular ad for this listing, you can always just click on programs and choose one. Excuse me, that was actually wrong of me. You click on dashboard and choose one of the ads that you would like to do. So you don't have to use the particular one it opened for you. You can choose whichever one you want, but it saved you steps and brought you right back here instead of you having to navigate away from your opportunity and go into the campaigns tab. Okay. So we'll just click our red KW at the top. Now, this may or may not, yeah, it's not going to work as beautifully as it was. So if I had stayed in the paid ad that it actually opened for me to create automatically without going and trying to choose a different one, then when I clicked on that red KW or I'm done creating my paid ad, in a perfect world, it would have brought me right back to my opportunity to continue working. So just know by steering away and trying to go back into a different type of paid ad, it kind of threw it off there a little bit. So I'm having to navigate my way back to my opportunity, but we'll just grab that right here. Just a second. We did rock ledge for this one. There he is. Okay, so we're just hopping back into our opportunity here. I'm going back to my marketing tab. Okay, and so I showed you the shortcut for the create paid ad. And then right beside it, you'll see create design. Now, this would give me a shortcut to jump right into my designs tab over here, saving me some steps as well. But I want to point this out first before I jump in there. Down here at the bottom, it gives you social designs, and you'll see them change a little bit. Sometimes it'll give us print designs or maybe an email design to choose from. But for right now, since our opportunity is in the cultivate phase, the very beginning, right? meaning I'm cultivating the relationship with the seller and I don't have an active listing just yet. So it's giving me opportunity here to create social pieces that would be pertinent for a seller in that step of our relationship. Maybe I want to share what buyers love. Maybe I want to send him an image, maybe through um, email or reaching out to him, or even post on my social platforms trend alerts, maybe client testimonials, a home value post. You choose whatever is best you feel for this particular relationship for this seller, and you can choose to edit them just by clicking on them. So you can choose any of these and it will take you right into editing them. I'm going to choose this one today. Now, they've been doing some huge updates and designs. All I did was click on this, by the way. We're waiting on it to open, and it should take me right into editing that single piece. But I'm holding my breath because they did so many updates on designs yesterday. I don't know if you noticed, but the email templates actually got completely overhauled. Okay, so it gave me an error for a split second, but you see it's still opening. So good. It's going to work for us. So just to finish my sentence, the email templates did get overhauled and highly recommend going and checking those out because they have a ton of new features. Next week, we'll be teaching on that, I believe, the new email templates. So I'm going to go ahead and skip out of the little feature pop up there, but you can see it brought me right to this social piece and I can just begin editing this right away. You can go ahead and make any changes. I'm not going to walk all the way through editing this piece again. That would be more towards our design classes and things like that that you can definitely check out. But just to go ahead and make one simple change here so that we can save this, I'm going to go ahead and make that change there on the top and add our logo in. And when you're done, you can simply click done. It saved it and it brings me right back to my opportunity. There we go. Perfect. So now look at the automatic update at the bottom. We're still in the cultivate phase, but because I edited this piece, it's going to move all the way over here to the right, show that I edited it today, and no longer be just a recommended piece. The recommended pieces will change again as I move this through the different phases. So you may or may not see these as we move through the different phases for the opportunity. But because I edited this one, it will stick with the opportunity for the life of it. No matter where we go in the sales pipeline, it's going to stick right here on my marketing tab for me to come in and grab anytime I need it. Okay. And you do have three dots up at the top right. You can rename, make a copy, or delete it if you decide to. Okay. But now that I have that social piece already edited, yes, I have a shortcut here within my opportunity, but at any given time, I can go right over to campaigns and post this to my social post. If I wanted to do a smart plan, I could add it there because it is an image. I could even run this on a paid ad campaign as well. It's just super flexible what you can do with that piece now. Okay. And I'm not sure if you're super familiar, but social pieces, since they are technically images, you can download them and add them to an email design and send them out through an email campaign or send them out through a smart plan email. Okay. So just to let you know that now that we have that there, let's go ahead and move this opportunity through the sales pipeline to show you how this will change. Oh, and let me just go ahead and click on the create design just to show you that it does take you back there to your design templates, saving you again just some extra steps instead of having to steer all the way back to your designs tab. And I guess we're just going to ignore the little error that keeps popping up because it is continuing to take us to where we need it to go. Or not always. It should have taken us right into our templates. So I'm just going to click back so that you can see the templates it was beginning to open up. And again, guys, it's just a little janky because of all the updates yesterday. I'm sure they're still working out kinks. But at the end of the day, it should bring you right here into your design templates where you can just start creating something. Maybe you didn't like the recommended pieces it added to the opportunity and you want to grab something different. Here you go. Okay. So Now that we're done, I'm just going to go back and I am going to go the long way, guys, because sometimes when you get into design, since I'm not following all the way through the steps of actually editing another piece and letting it bring us back to our opportunity, I got out a little early. So I'm going to manually just migrate back over to our opportunity. And this time, let's go ahead and look at it in the sales pipeline. So I'm going to click on listings in the cultivate phase and find our little guy that we've been working on today. There he is down at the bottom. So if you're not familiar with moving your opportunity through the sales pipeline, you can just simply drag and drop and move him along through the different stages in that phase. Now, the marketing tab updates when you change phases, not necessarily stages, but phases. Stages are the ones here that you see on the headers like watch, nurture, and hot, but your phases will be the ones up here on the bigger tabs for cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed. Okay. So when we take our little guy and start dragging him to the appointment phase and we drop him in, let's click on the appointment phase and then open our opportunity and we'll look at our marketing tab now. You'll notice some things are still the same. We still have our shortcuts to create a design and create a paid campaign. You also still have the pop-ups here, but notice down at the designs, the one we edited, again, survives and stays with us, but our recommended pieces did change. It's actually recommending a listing presentation to us now because we're in the appointment phase. And so at any point, you can simply click on this listing presentation, make any edits that you would like to, and then that listing presentation would move itself over here back in the line and you would constantly have a shortcut to that listing presentation from right here within your opportunity. Oh, and let me show you the other neat thing. Let's go ahead and click on the listing opportunity, or excuse me, the listing presentation. Remember I said that linking that listing to your opportunity would help you out in the marketing? Now that we have done that, I'm going to ignore that error this time and hopefully there we go. So not clicking on the error is the key here. And so we'll go ahead and come right in here to editing this listing presentation. Now over here on the left-hand side, when you click KWLS, our listing is already right here. I don't have to hunt for it. And any moment now, the photos should be populating along with the listing details so I don't have to go and hunt and peck for them. At any given time, I can add this information on the left-hand side right to my listing presentation. Okay. So that just saves you again some steps for having to hunt and peck. And you can simply begin adding this information right here to your listing presentation. So you can make those edits as you would like to. Um, but saving a few extra steps. Okay, so we'll let that roll for today. That doesn't look very beautiful, but you get my drift. Let's click back on photos and hopefully they've loaded now. There we go. So again, at any time, I can just simply come here and begin adding my listing photos straight from the MLS right to my listing presentation or any of the other recommended design pieces from within that marketing tab. Also, when you click the create the design tab, remember when it brought us back to our templates or was supposed to bring us back to our templates? Then you also should still already have this listing information under the KWLS tab, saving you that step. Okay. All right. So we've made our edit here. We'll go ahead and click done. In a perfect world, it's going to bring us right back to that opportunity on the marketing tab. Yay, it did it. Okay, great. All right. And so right here at the bottom, you'll see that now it has also saved that particular piece that we went ahead and edited. Okay. So let's jump out of the sales pipeline and move him to the next phase. Click our appointment where he is now. And so we'll drag and drop him to the active phase. And now that he's in the active phase and I am as well, there we go. Now we can find our little guy right here and open the opportunity. Click marketing. And now look at how our recommendations have changed. I'm zoomed in quite a bit to make it bigger for you guys. Just zoom out just a hair so you can see in 100% view, you'll see all of them. But because I'm zooming in for you guys, now we have a little arrow where we can just slide right to see those edited pieces still over there to the right. But now we have a lot of other recommended pieces now that we are in the active listing phase. So it's expecting you to have quite a bit of marketing to start doing for this opportunity. So we will see social pieces here for like just listed, open house, for sale. We'll slide over to the left. We also have some print options this time for actually a trifold brochure and a just listed flyer. So you will have the same shortcut. If you click on any of these, takes you right into the design editor. Your KWLS information will be right there available for you just to easily swap in photos and data from your MLS listing. And you can save and it'll bring you right back here to your marketing tab. Okay. So now that we see that these are the pieces for the active phase, let's go ahead and move our little guy again. So we're going to jump out to the active phase. We're going to drag and drop him to our under contract phase and open the opportunity again and go to marketing tab. So right here, again, edited pieces still with us, but our recommendations have changed to social pieces because now that we're in the under contract phase, it's giving us under contract posts. So again, just remember these aren't just for social posts that you can schedule out for your social media pieces or social media platforms. You can take these social pieces and actually put them on a paid ad campaign. You can download and add them to an email campaign or a smart plan email. And you can also just share those images with your client as well and say, hey, would you like to share this to your platforms? Share this with your friends, especially like the print pieces. If you did the just listed flyer, give a few free copies to your clients and let them hand those out to their friend or leave them in the break room at their work. Things like that. They'll want to show off their home and be a part of the process. So we'll go ahead and come back out to the pipeline again. Now that we're in the under contract, we're going to drag and drop all the way down to closed just to show you the final step of that. It does require a close date, so we'll go ahead and confirm our close date. Go to the close tab and let's find our little guy. There he is. Our opportunity. We'll open our opportunity and go back to the marketing tab. And here we have our sold pieces. So we have two socials and a print option for a just sold flyer. Again, doesn't have to be used just as a print flyer. You can also download that as an image and again, add it to anything. Add it to a social post, paid ad, or an email campaign or a smart plan. So it's completely versatile once you edit that to use it in many, many, many different ways. Okay. Um, so we'll go ahead. Oh, and by the way, too, on your website, if you ever do want to add images to your website, there's a way to do that. You can embed PDFs on your website. So, like if you had a custom page and you wanted to put a PDF there, you can do that. There's all kinds of good ways that you can use and reuse these pieces so that you're not always recreating the wheel. Okay. You can definitely use them many different ways. So that is the part about our opportunity marketing so that you can see how that automatically updates through the different phases of the sales pipeline and how that you can create these particular pieces. Okay. If you have any questions about that, let me know. You can drop them here in the chat while we're here live, or if you're again watching this back on recording, you can email us support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. So let's move on to the deep dive into the next portion of the class, which is going to be checklists. Now, this is a way to bring consistency to your business, to your service. It really increases your value as well as an agent. And so I'm going to navigate back out to the sales pipeline here. and I want to show you how you can see your checklist. So when I'm sitting here in again the pipeline, we just happen to be in the listings pipeline. I'm going to drag our little opportunities guide back over to the cultivate phase and click on the cultivate tab and scroll down to see where he landed. There he is. He's over here in the hot section. So right here for our opportunity, notice the green block on the bottom right-hand corner. This is your checklist for this particular opportunity. It's a to-do list, basically, or tasks associated just with this opportunity. And so I can simply click on that little green box and it will show me the checklist for this opportunity in this phase, in this stage. You can have checklist change based on every single step of this opportunity through the sales pipeline. When it changes stages, like moving from cultivate to the watch phase, I'm going to minimize this here, to the nurture and to the hot. Okay, so no matter which stage we are currently in, you would have a different checklist for each different phase. Excuse me, stage. Also, for every phase. You can notice, see the numbers change on each one of these little tabs. I have 18 tasks associated with the cultivate phase while I'm trying to make that connection with that client. But then as it moves to the opportunity, I have 2 tasks, active 3, under contract currently 0, and closed currently 0. Again, demo account. Um, but I want to show you here just to give you some general overview if you are not familiar with checklist at all. These are simply tasks that have been created for this opportunity. I'm going to show you how you can create checklists, templates that will apply to all of your future opportunities so that you don't have to recreate this every single opportunity you get. You will have a checklist that will apply to every opportunity and already be there for you to start checking off stuff and getting things done. Okay. So I'll show you how to do that on an overall view, overall scale, right, for all of your opportunities. But I also want to show you too how you can customize this for your individual opportunities as you go along. I'm just going to give you some general navigation here while we are looking at a checklist, though, just so you know what you're looking at. Um, Notice it says client updates off. There is a way that you could get automated notifications to go out to your client as you check things off the list. It would give them an update once a day in an email, letting them know what you have accomplished on their opportunity. I'm going to show you at the very end of class in our last few minutes how to set that up. We do also have a tech tip video that goes through it step by step as well. It can be um, well, I'll just get to it at the end of class. But if you need to go back through the steps, just know we have a tech tip video just for that to help you. So that's toggled off, but this is where you would check to see if this client is going to get those updates. You can hide completed tasks or let them be seen if you like to see what you've checked off your list already. You can create a task right here from within this checklist. All I'd have to do is create a task, say call weekly. I can choose the opportunity phase that this task will actually appear and the phase that it will appear in. So if we wanted this to be, let's say, we'll make this for an active opportunity because I want to call them weekly to stay in touch with them and update them on the market and what we're doing. So we'll say active and we'll just go ahead and pick the first stage and the type of task that it is. Am I calling them, texting them, or other? I can give myself a description. I can include a hyperlink if I need it. This is an internal task. It's just for you or somebody working on your team with you. So you can include something if you need to. And then priority level. This would be high for me, so I'm going to choose the high option. And you can choose a due date for when it will begin if you would like. We'll go ahead and say we'll start that today. And then moving forward, you could actually create repeating tasks for this, but it does have to be within the current opportunity phase and stage. So let me go back up and change this back. Remember, I made it for the active phase instead of the one that he's currently in, which is cultivate. So I will keep it to be in the current phase that he is in. And now when I scroll down, I can choose this to be a repeating task, which means it would continue populating for me and I don't have to remake that same task every single week. So I'll just say weekly on Friday, I'm going to touch base with that seller. And yep, there we go. And now I can create that. Gives me a little banner saying it has been created. And we should see that now here at the bottom of our list. There it is, call weekly in our current stage. It does let me know that this is high priority, that it is a call task. It is due today because it's Friday, and it lets me know that that is recurring. Okay. And so I can come in here and when I'm done, you would just mark it complete. And because it's repeating, it immediately populates me another one for next week, but still shows me that one that I just got done. So I'm able to track how many times I've done this and how many times I've actually completed it. Okay. All right. So that is your checklist. You also have an option to apply a checklist if you have other templates saved, but I'm going to go ahead and click done for this particular checklist. Remember, that was just for this one opportunity. I want to show you how you can adjust these checklists for all of your opportunities across the board. I can do that by coming right here to stages and checklists. This will change depending on the phase that you are within. So right now we're in the cultivate phase up here in the top left, and we're editing the cultivate stages. This is where you can change your stage names. You can reorder them if you like. You also edit the probability. And we're going to come back to client updates, but this is where you would adjust those as well. But I just want to show you that your checklists live right here. The ones that are your templates that apply to every opportunity. Now, if you come in here and make a change, it will only affect opportunities moving forward. It will not backdate and change any existing opportunity that you already have. If you need to make changes to the existing opportunities, you would do just like I showed you just then. When you are working on that opportunity, you would simply choose the checklist and you can add things then or remove them. Maybe you have a particular client that either needs a little extra communication or maybe they prefer less. Maybe they don't want to hear all the market updates. They just want you to handle the business and let them know when there's something important to tend to. Well, then you might want to go in and adjust that checklist for that particular opportunity to maybe remove some of the updates or add extra in. And you can do that and it won't affect any of your other opportunities. But for right now, I want to show you how you can update these particular checklists simply by coming to Stages and Checklists and you click on Checklist. This shows you what is currently set up for this particular phase and stage, how many items you have total. On the left-hand side, you'll see 6 dots. If you click there, it allows you to drag and drop the order of the checklist, so you can change that however you would like. You do have a check box. It's just there for looks. It's letting you know it's going to be a task that you can check off to have done, right? Over here on the right, you will see client update. This is where you could choose to have that particular task give your clients an update. We will touch on this in just a minute when we do client updates, okay? I will go into that further. There are three different levels of things that you need to do to get client updates to work. This is one of them. So I'm just giving you orientation here, but I'm going to go into that in just a minute. Over here on the 3 dots, you have options to edit or delete the items on this checklist, or you could add new items right here at the bottom. If I were to add a new task, it's going to look exactly like we just saw in adding that in. And then you can go ahead and create. You'll just notice some of the fields are missing, like stage and phase, because we are already in the stage and phase for this particular template. So you have less fields to fix right here. Once you're done creating that, you would just click save or create and it would populate here for you. Now, how do you get started in this, right? I have two checklists. These are the goodies that I was telling you I was going to give you today before you leave. I'm going to grab those links right now and I want to show you like the seller template. I'm going to open a new tab up here and just paste this link. And now I'm putting it in the chat for you as well. This is seller checklists that I just posted, and you can see this lists off different things that you can use. Now, these are just suggestions. You can take it or leave it, whichever ones you do want to use, whichever ones you don't. But you can come through this list and choose which ones that you want to use and simply copy and paste. So let's say we wanted to use this one. I'll just copy and I will go back to my opportunity on my checklist, click add task and paste. Do I want my client to get an update that I purposely connected with them on social media? Probably not. I can add a description if I want. I could even include a hyperlink if I wanted to, and also put a priority level on this and create. And now it's part of my template that would apply to every opportunity when they are in the cultivate and watch stage and phase. Okay. Coming back to this seller opportunity, just so that I've pointed it out, notice the phases are over here on the left and suggested stages are across the top so that you can find every section that you need to. I also have one for a buyer. I'm going to drop that in the chat for you as well. And I'll open it here on another tab just so that you can see it briefly. And so this is the buyer checklist. There we go, template that I'm putting in the chat for you now. Okay, so please go ahead, click on those links, save those to your browser so that you'll have them. But again, you can come in here, choose whichever one that you want and add those into your templates here for your opportunity. I'm going to X out of this checklist. Again, these are going to be different for every stage. So you can come in here and click on each one of these and edit these like you want. Hopefully these free templates we just provided will let you add those fairly quickly so that you can get started today doing those things. I can simply come back out here to our sales pipeline, click on appointment, and then go into stages and checklist for that appointment phase. So we'll click stages and checklists. Now we see our stages within the appointment phase, and I can now edit the checklists here as well. You can set up whatever checklist you want for whatever phase and stage that you are at with that opportunity. And once you've saved those checklists here, again, they will apply to all future opportunities. Okay. All right. And so now let me show you about those client updates. Again, just to clarify what the client updates are, it is a one-time email that will go out to the contact linked to your opportunity, and they would get them every day, and you decide the time. If you've completed tasks, if you've marked off a task that is within their opportunity checklist, that is set up to receive client updates, they'll get an email saying it. Now, let me show you what that email looks like. I'm going to come back out here to our opportunities tab. And remember, I said there's three places to make sure your opportunity client updates are set up. Here's your first one. You need to go ahead and click on the cogwheel that you see over here to the right on your opportunities tab. This is actually bringing you back into your settings. You'll kind of notice, remember when we go to our name at the top and choose settings, that's where we are. On the left-hand side, we're under command settings and client update, just to help you orientate or orient yourself, I guess would be better English. But client update is right here. This is where you set up the time that it goes out to those clients. Okay. So you can come down here, choose the time If you feel like your time zone is wrong, make sure you update that. But you can go ahead and do your time here. Maybe you don't want them to receive this at 8 in the morning. Maybe you want it to be at 10 in the morning, and you can go ahead and make those adjustments. Okay. It does, um, let's just double checking the steps. Yep. It does give you detailed instructions right here. If you want them written out, you can absolutely choose those. Otherwise, we do have the YouTube video that walks through the step by step, but this is the first step. You would simply choose the time that you want it to be going out at. So I can do this here. I'll say 10 a.m. You could do p.m. too if you want. Now, who do you want it to send from? If you're on a team, this would be more important. If you're a solo agent, it just automatically defaults to owner, which you would be the owner of your opportunity. So it's going to come from you. Okay. And then also send to, you can send it to the client and co-client or just the primary client only. Okay. So you make that call. If you have an opportunity that is different, you can adjust it for that particular opportunity. I'm going to show you that. This is just setting your defaults, essentially, what we're doing here on this screen. And you can also send yourself a copy, or as long as you're the owner of the opportunity, you can send yourself a copy here. If you're not the owner, you're choosing to send a copy to like your Rainmaker, okay? Right here is the preview. This is what the email will actually look like. This is a default, but it would have your branding at the top. It gives this blurb of a sentence here. It includes the listing that we have linked to that opportunity. And scrolling on down, it would actually list off here the things that you have checked off to do. Okay, the things that you have completed. It will not show them any items that you don't want them to see, and it will also not show them any items that you have not checked off yet. Okay, and down at the bottom, it also has your branding. This is automatically set, and there's not a way to adjust it. If you need to adjust the picture or the data, you can do that on your marketing profile. But there's no way to like redesign this email. Okay. It works very similarly to like the monthly neighborhood nurture emails and things like that. It's already a set design. Okay. All right. So we're going to close out that preview. Once you've made your changes here, you can click Save Changes. Okay. Again, you're setting up your client update default. Now, that was step number one. Step number two is to go into your checklist templates that apply to all of your opportunities and toggle on the items that you want clients to get an update about. So let's travel back to our opportunities tab. I'm going to choose leave. It's just asking me that because I didn't save. So opportunities tab, and we'll go back in. We'll just jump right into the pipeline here. Again, depending on what pipeline or what phase we're in the pipeline, we'll just come over here to stages and checklists. And you'll want to do this for each one of your phases and each one of your stages. You will come back and check on your checklist templates. And when you're in here, you will check off to the right which items you want them to receive an update on once you've completed it. Like get phone number for them. You probably don't want them to know that you purposely did that and have them receive an email saying, I got your phone number yesterday. Done. So there's some things that you obviously don't want them to get an update on. So you can come through and purposely choose as a general template for your opportunities what you want them to receive a client update for. So check those off as you would like them or uncheck if you need to. Okay, like you don't want them to know you mailed them a thank you card. So we'll uncheck that one and click save. That's the second step. The second step is making sure each item on your checklist is either checked for client updates or not checked for client updates, depending on what you want to do. That again is another default that we're setting up because these are your templates that are going to apply for all your opportunities. Now, the third step, client updates are automatically turned off for opportunities. you have to manually turn them on for each opportunity you want them to be on for. That is a fail safe for you so that you don't have to worry every time you go into a new opportunity, worrying if somebody's going to accidentally get a client update when you mark things off your to do list. So it should be comforting that you have to do this third step. So I'm going to come back out here again to opportunities. Let's jump into our sales pipeline again. Now, from here, looking at our opportunities, see how they're all client updates off? It's because they're all automatically toggled off for client updates. The third step is turning them on for that individual opportunity. So I'm going to click into my opportunity here. I'm going to come up to the top when you're in your opportunity and click client updates. This is where you need to toggle on for them to get daily progress emails for this opportunity. We'll click that on now. It gives you your default time you already set, default to send from owner, default to send it to both the listing, the seller and the co-seller, but also you can add additional contacts. Maybe it's a situation where you have more than two sellers, or maybe you have a different agent, not an agent necessarily. Maybe you have different people involved in that different opportunity that you want to send these to. So you can add those contacts right here, and then you can save your changes. Toggling these on will begin that client update to be able to go out for that opportunity. So we'll hit save changes. It's been successfully updated. You can see at the bottom. I'm going to bounce. You can see it here. Client updates are on at the top right, but I want to bounce back out to the sales pipeline just so you can see what this is going to look like. Now, do you see where it says client updates are on for this opportunity versus the off? So that's when you know that they're on. So you don't have to worry as you go through your to do list. You can do them freely, knowing, hey, it's off for this particular opportunity. I'm safe. If you haven't gotten all the way through setting it up as far as your templates go and things like that, you're fine. But for the client updates for this one, now when I come here to my checklist for this opportunity, I will also see client updates are on. I can manually toggle it on and off for this particular opportunity within this phase and stage. Okay, I can go through and make changes on that opportunity as I need to, especially guys, if you have a particular client that either needs more grace applied or less grace applied. Okay, so you can go ahead and just toggle these on as you need to, and it will only update for that particular opportunity. Okay. All right. That is the end of our class, guys, and that was the end of how to set up your client updates. If you have any questions for me here live, please drop those in the chat. I'll be happy to get them answered for you here right after class. If you're watching this back on recording, you can reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we'll be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.